Milica.
Hello.
And we have Mirjana here. Hello.
Yes. Hi, Mirjana.
Hi, Mirjana.
Hi, Mirjana.
Mirjana,
Now you
I
are
think.
Mirjana.
Mirjana, can you hear us? Oh, it seems Mirjana has some trouble.
Oh no.
Okay, Teacher Nevin, I'm going to be your helper here. I'm going to write to Mirjana, and you can introduce the topic of our class.
Okay. In today's conversational lesson, we are going to talk about friendship. A very nice topic that I'm sure everybody will enjoy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Milica Kezovic, are you ready for our lesson?
I think that I am.
No
Okay.
I'm
thinking.
ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes.
I
I'm ready
mean,
too. I can't wait to hear your questions.
well, we need to think. Okay. I am going to pop up today's topical questions, and here they are. Okay, Milice. I'm going to ask you one random question from this list. Can you see the questions?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, many questions.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot more to go.
Don't
Ah,
worry, that's the point. The point is for us to play with these questions and talk about the topic.
Don't worry, we
okay.
won't go through all of them, but we will ask some of them that are interesting to us. Okay. Tell me something, Milice. Do you make friends easily?
No.
No?
No good friends easily, but yes, friends with I can to drink a coffee or to see sometimes, but not a really good friend for all life. How I like to say.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I understand that you're saying you can make friends that's with whom you can go to grab a cup of coffee,
Yes,
but
exactly.
you don't really see them playing chess when you reach
Yes,
old age. Oh,
yes, exactly.
I get it. And what do you think about this question, Yelena? Do you
Which
make
one?
friends easily?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think I agree with Milica here.
Mm-hmm.
I but I don't make friends easily at all, actually, because I really care about people suiting me just right. So I don't make friends with people who cannot be my real friends.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that is a very good point that both of you have made. Thank you for your answers.
You're welcome.
Okay, now, until Miriana is able to join us, I would
Miriana, are you
say,
here? No, sorry.
let, let me check something with one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay, so I cannot access a microphone, so.
No, only she can do that. Unfortunately, this is the flaw of this platform. But Miriana, maybe you can check your maybe your microphone is set on too low. Maybe that's the problem, and maybe you can get out and then come back in like last time. That helped.
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Yes.
Yeah,
Surprisingly, that always works.
everybody, the technology works in strange ways. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and there is no normal reason for that. So we simply have to troubleshoot.
Trial and
Anyway,
error.
exactly.
Okay. Now, Milice, what I want you to do now is I want you to ask one of these questions to Yelena. There are more questions, so you can pick whichever you want.
Ho.
If you want me to scroll down, let me know.
You don't have
Oh,
to pick one from here. If you have a question about friendship that is not here, you can also ask me that.
That also works.
just second.
Mhm.
Right.
Why do you like your best friend?
Oh, that's a difficult question too. Let me think. Well, I like my best friend because she always tells me the truth, even if it's ugly. When I behave badly, she tells it to my face. And she is very honest with me, sometimes rough, but very honest. And I know that I can give her the keys of my apartment and she will take care of it if I have to go somewhere. I would trust her with my life, and that's why I love her.
Nice.
That's a
Thank
very
you.
nice answer. All right. Now, Yelena, you can do the same to Milica. You can ask her a question about friendship, not necessarily from this list, but if it's interesting, we can hear it.
I love being a student. Let me try. I would like to ask you, Milica. Um, hmm, you have a best friend, right?
Yes.
That's not my question. My question is, what is the most annoying characteristic of your best friend?
Oh, she always late. In in past it was late very often, but now she, how to say, she's better on that way. She didn't late too much, but she late. And I am true, how to say, over on the time, but she's always late,
Hmm. But
like too late.
so when you say too late, how much does she usually arrive late?
I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes in the average.
10 to on average 10 to 15
Yes,
minutes. Okay.
yes,
So she doesn't come late as she did before, but that's one of her bigger flaws.
yeah.
Okay. I understand. Let's see. Mirjana, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear?
Mirjana is here.
Yay!
Oh.
Hello,
Welcome.
hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Excuse me 1 second. Okay. I adjusted my volume just now.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I must apologize for last time and for this time. I don't. I don't know what this. I don't prepare earlier. I'm sorry. I must come in early 5 minutes.
Okay. To do the equipment checkup, we understand.
Yeah.
We must
Yeah.
come
I'm,
5 minutes early.
yeah.
Very good.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Mirjana, do you know what is our topic about today?
I think you talk about friendships and something like that.
Yes, we are talking about friendship today. And
Okay.
can you see a list of questions I have on the screen?
Yes, yes.
Very good. So, what we will do here is we are going to have a conversation about friends and friendships, and we can use these questions as pointers, or we can ask our own questions.
Okay.
So, we'll learn about our views on friends, friendship, and many other qualities of friends. Okay? Now,
Okay.
Miriam, I have one question for you that just caught my eye. What is a best friend? How would you describe it?
Oh, very hard question. Maybe he or she is person who just understands you. That is best friend. Just understands you, uh, and when you sad and when you happy, he or she can understand you in every situation.
Hmm. So, what makes a best friend is understanding.
But
Okay.
mhm.
What I wanted to say is, according to you, a person who understands you on any level is a best friend.
Yes.
All right. Very good. Thank you for your answer. Now we were playing a little game called Ask a Student a Question. So from this list, or if you have an interesting question of your own, you can ask one of the other students here.
Okay.
And today we have a very special student, Yelena.
Yes, I am here to play. I am a student here today, so you can treat me as such.
Okay, very good. So, Mirjana, would you like to ask Yelena a question about friends or friendship?
Yes. Do you think it would be possible for you still be friends with an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend?
Oh,
Interesting question. Very good.
First, I have to say I admire your um, how do I say this? I admire the fact that you said boyfriend or girlfriend, so I can see that you are open to those kinds of things. And I would like to have the chance to be friends with an ex-boyfriend. But unfortunately, that has not shown as possible for me.
Mhm.
How
Okay.
about you? I'm asking you a question.
Right back at you.
I don't have that situation. I didn't have that situation, and but I I will try maybe to I just try it. I don't know is it possible.
hmm Okay. Thank you for answering.
All right. Indeed. Now we are going to switch roles a little bit. Now we are going to let Milica. Milica, are you with us?
yes.
Okay. Excuse me. Uh, Now, would you like to ask Mirjana a question that you find interesting?
Ho, yes. Uh,
Here's our list. Or if you have a special question for her, feel free to ask.
yeah, just second.
Okay.
Mm,
There's more questions here.
yeah, yes. Mm. Do you fight with your friends?
Do you
Fight.
fight?
Not with fists.
I think verbal.
Verbal, yeah.
Verbal, okay. Uh, not so serious. It was just a little verbal fighting. I don't know. It's verbally, yes. Not so serious. It's just some different opinion about something. It's okay. It's normal.
Yeah.
So it's more like a discussion than
Discussion,
verbal
yes.
fighting.
Not fight. Not verbal.
Okay.
I would like
Very.
to say a debate. I love having debates.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting, by the way.
That's okay. We are here to talk about many different things, and we are sharing opinions,
Yes.
debating, as you will. Okay, very good. Now, I've been asking a lot of questions between you guys and everything, but I would like to give you guys a chance to ask a question for me.
Can I?
Yes, you can, of course.
I would like to ask you what is the most interesting activity that you like engaging in with your friends? And be polite.
Okay, I'm going to leave everything that is not for the classroom out of the window.
Yes.
What I like doing what I like doing a lot with my group of friends is we played board games. Yes,
Can I ask a follow-up?
of course you can.
What kind of board games?
All kinds. There are these board games like Cluedo, Dungeons and Dragons. Then there's this game where we explore a haunted house, and they're a good way to spend time with friends and just build our relationship better.
Thank you very much for answering.
You are very welcome. Okay. Mirjana, Milica, do you have a question?
Do you believe that there is an end to any true friendship?
Can you please repeat? Do I believe?
Do you believe that there is an end to any true friendship?
Well, if it's a true friendship, I don't believe that there's going to be an end to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you consider someone a true best friend, then likely that person thinks that you are his or hers true best friend, and there's this type of bond and relationship that can never be torn apart like that by some trivial things.
I think I agree.
All right.
Good answer.
Thank you. What do you think, Mirjana? Do you think a true friendship can end?
No, it
All
can't be end.
Very good. And one more question we have left for Milica.
Yes. Do you believe that your parents should be your friends?
Well, my parents should be my parents. And that is kind of a difficult question.
Yeah.
Because there is this cultural and age gap between me and my parents, so I don't think we can both enjoy things that other party enjoys.
Yes.
I like playing board games and going out late, but my parents like long walks and hikings and going to bed early. So
I'm like
Of
your
course.
parents.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with going with hiking and going to bed early. It's just that that's the way I function.
hmm
Yes.
We are all different people.
Of
Okay.
course. Thank
Very
you.
good. You are very much welcome. Okay. Now, I have a very interesting question. Yelena,
Yes,
you said that you have a best friend, correct?
correct.
Can you tell me how did you meet your best friend?
Oh, it was an awkward situation, actually. I haven't thought about it for ages. But okay, I will tell you. It's a
If
kind of a.
it's an iffy situation or
No.
something that you don't want to share.
No. It was just an awkward situation for me. I was at the first year of university and I knew nobody. I was completely alone in a new environment and I felt a little bit awkward, as I said. And then I met a girl who went with me to high school. So she and this best friend of mine accompanied me to the bank. I was the only person back then who actually had a job.
Oh.
And we had to go pick up my card that I got from the bank. And later we didn't like each other because she didn't like my personality. I was a little bit quiet, but then when I start talking, I don't stop. Um, and she was the kind of person who didn't like talking at all, so it was like pulling words out of her. But somewhere along the way, we found a common language, and we actually became inseparable.
Well, an unlikely pair, as people would say.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Milica, do you have a best friend?
Yes. We meet each other in high school.
We met.
My two best friends. Yes, thank
All
you.
right.
We met each other in high school, and when we finished high school, we together started at the same university. We finished university, and now we all live in the same city.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
And what about you, Mirjana?
Yes, I have best friends from my childhood. And when I was 4 years old,
4 years.
she was just baby, and
Maybe.
yes,
Let's not forget the article.
and then when she grow up, we always playing together and spend time together all the day in my house or in her house. But now we know so close. We
are not so
live
close.
Yes, we lived in different towns, and I think it's a main problem. But I have and other good friends. We know each other from our 11 years. From our 11 years.
So you met when you were
Yes,
both 11.
Yes, yes. We are same generation.
Oh, very good.
And now we stay very very close.
Very good. And this other friend of yours, he or she is in the same city?
No, she's in other city, but we I don't know how we because yes, she married for a cousin of my husband, and in that way we have met.
Can you please repeat? She married
For cousin of my husband.
Cousin of your husband.
Yes,
Okay,
and
got
we
I understood something completely different. Sorry.
and we often met each other.
You often meet. Okay, very
yes.
Sorry about that, but thank you for the story. That's a very nice story. Thank you. Okay. Well, we all have very interesting stories about our best friends. Now, before we move on with our lesson, does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask?
Yes, but I would wait if somebody else has to ask something first. Okay, then I will ask. We haven't heard about your best friend, so can you tell us when did you meet yours?
Okay. Throughout my life, I had a couple of best friends. However, I've only remained in touch with one. And he and I met on the first day of high school, and similar to Yelena, it was an awkward meetup because it was a new place. There were all new people around, and nobody knew each other. So I was sitting on a bench, and there was this another boy who came and sat next to me, and it was kind of like in the movies and TV shows when we just awkwardly looked at each other, and we started like, so which school are you from? We started a little bit of small talk, but when I asked him what kind of music does he like, what are his hobbies, he told me that he likes rock and roll music and like can play the guitar. And I also like rock and roll music and know how to play the guitar. And that's where we started talking and talking. And we're still friends to this day.
Very good. Guitar connects people.
Also music.
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you saw sorry for the word guys. If you saw the video on our Instagram, actually we had a video on our story of teacher Nevin playing his guitar on one
Oh
of our.
no.
So yeah, he is really good at that. Really fun to hang around.
Thank,
We
thank you.
will see.
Thank you for such very nice compliments.
You're welcome, but Milica, you will not see it because it was a long time ago, actually a few months ago, and it was in a story, so it expired.
Maybe I didn't follow you in that time. Maybe.
Maybe.
Don't worry. There will be more meetups and videos of me playing guitar. So
Yes.
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 you may come across one in the near future.
Nice.
All right. Okay. While we are at it, Milica, I have a question for you. What are some of the activities you like doing with your best friend?
Ooh, to go out to walking, talking, always talking.
To walk and talk.
Yeah.
Very good.
And go out walking, go for a walk,
Go for a
and
walk. Very good.
go out. I think go in some disco clubs and dancing. Yeah.
So you both like dancing and going to clubs.
Yes. It's a
Okay.
person for all for me.
Very nice. I also like dancing, but I'm not good at it, so that
I
works.
am not good, but can to
It's
can be okay.
it's all in good fun, so nobody cares.
Yes. How to say Novak Djokovic? Not so bad.
Yes. No. Thank you. Mirjana, what about you?
I agree with Milica. I just want to walk and talk with my friends.
Uh-huh.
And I think that sometimes it's enough. I don't know, maybe we go in shopping and go to cinema or to cafe.
Oh,
And
go
that-
to cat.
and,
Okay, got it.
I
Cafe.
didn't hear. A cafe.
It's just a cafe.
yes, yes.
All right.
And that's it. I don't know, maybe ride bicycle or something that.
All right. Very good. I like how all of your activities are very active.
Especially walk and talk.
I mean, it involves walking. That's very good and healthy.
Yes.
Yelena, what about you?
What about me? What I like to do with my friends?
Well, friends or best friend, whichever you like.
Well, with my best friend, I actually like talking and walking, like Milica and Mirjana said.
Very good.
Actually, we really like doing that because when we meet, we usually don't go to cafes or restaurants. Sometimes we do when it's really cold outside or when it's really warm outside. But if the weather is okay, we like going for a long walk in the park or next to the river or through the city, sometimes through some normal streets of the city, and just talk about whatever we have on our souls.
Okay. Very nice. So what I gathered from all your answers is that you guys well, apart from walking, you talk a lot with your best friend. but I'm not saying that as a joke. That's actually a lead-in to my next question. Um, do you confide everything to your best friend? Do you tell them all of your important things and secrets, or do you keep something for yourself? Now, this maybe is a difficult question to answer, but you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. Speaking of which, Yelena, what do you think?
I'm thinking about whether there is something that I would not tell my best friend. There certainly are things, for example, things that are too private, that are between and one of my family members, some things that simply are not to be shared. But if it comes to my problems and just sharing with her, I guess I would tell her everything. If that would not, hurt her in a way. For example, let's say that I did something. I didn't do anything bad, but let's say that I did. And by telling her, I would hurt her. For example, I stole something or I killed something or something like that. And if I told her, that would only put a burden on her. So in that case, hypothetically, if that would happen, I would never tell her. But other than that, yeah, sure. By the way, just a disclaimer, I didn't steal and I didn't kill.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I was already afraid.
I just like to be specific with my examples.
Well, they are examples, so they are all one big what if. So okay. Milice, what about you?
I think too about this question,
I'm
and
thinking. Okay.
yes, I'm thinking, and I agree with Jelena. When I have a time, I think that
When I have time.
yes, I think that I say a lot, maybe talk a lot with my friends, and depends on the time and the situation. But I agree in aspect that she said about when it's something about my family member or about something that can hurt her. I didn't tell her.
I
Didn't or
don't
wouldn't?
tell her. Didn't or won't. Yes.
Yes, yes.
All right.
No, I
Very
mean, I have a question for Melissa. Is it didn't, like it really happened in the past that you had such a situation, or is it wouldn't when when we talk about an imaginary situation?
a possibility,
Uh,
if you will.
Possibility, but didn't when we talk about past and would when we talk about future.
And possibility.
Yes,
Uh-huh. So
and
both of
possibility.
these are correct for you. Okay,
Yes,
thank you for
yes.
clarifying.
Very
Nothing.
good.
You are very welcome. How you say?
You are welcome.
Thank
Um,
you.
you are welcome. And Mirjana?
I think a problem is we don't have too much time to tell everything we want each other.
Okay.
Yes, we want to tell so much, but it's not enough time. And I try to tell very uh, važne stvari, važne,
Important.
important, yes, important things, not some boring things and don't interesting for our relationship. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe my feelings and something that it's okay to discuss, but something that is zamara, nešto što zamara.
Something that is tiring.
Yeah, something that is tiring. I just escape that.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for your answers. And before you ask, sometimes I tell certain things to my best friends because I need someone to vent out.
Mm-hmm.
As they say, to let out my feelings, just to. There's a phrase, "let off some steam,"
Mm-hmm.
to take it off my chest, because I can't really speak with everyone about it, and I do have my best friend to confide in, just to let it all out, and later I can sleep easily. Of course, if something is way too personal, that is only for me and my family, but sometimes I do think it's important to let it all out. So we
I'm
don't.
thinking of a song, Let It All Out.
I do not know that song, I think.
Actually, it's Let It Go from Frozen, but it's okay.
Okay, a joke question. If someone starts singing Let It Go, should you consider them your friend?
I am not to be friend. I'm not here to be friends. I'm here to have fun.
I'm just joking with this question. Okay. Now I will look for a question here on this list, and I'm going to ask Mirjana first.
Mhm.
Let's see. Okay. Here's a very interesting question, and I believe this one will give us 3 different answers. How can you get to better know a person?
How, can you repeat, please?
Of course, sorry. It's over here.
Uh-huh.
How can you get to better know a person? How can you learn more about someone?
Talking, and listening, and spend time with that person. It's first, it's important on the first place to spend time with that person, or I don't know, or talking to. But I think it's very important to be physically close.
It's important to be
physical close.
Physically close.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Not just through Skype or telephone.
So to meet in person, more like that.
Yes, yes.
Right.
I think that. I don't know. Some people can be friends. I don't know. Preko interneta, kako se online, yes, but I don't believe in that.
Okay. That is your opinion, and that's very good.
Yes.
Can I add something?
Yes, you can.
Can I debate?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I agree with you.
That's what we are here to do. You have the podium.
Thank you. Yeah, he said Lena. That's me. That's my nickname.
I said Yelena.
Oh, okay. In any case, Mirjana, I agree with you. It's important to see that person and be relatively close to this person. But I have to mention my best friend and I sometimes don't have the time to see each other for months. For example, she works very long hours at a different school. She's also an English teacher. And for example, she finishes at 10 o'clock, and on Sundays I am somewhere else, but that's the only day that she could see me. So what we do is talk on the phone. Every break that we get, we talk on the phone. And when we see each other after, let's say, a few months of not seeing each other, it's normal, like we have seen each other just now. So
I'm sorry. Yes, I agree with you. Also, I see my friends 1 or 2 times a month. But yes, but I think when you start know your friends, start to know. Yes, it's important to be physically when start friendship. In beginning, it's important to be physically close. Later, it's not important. So
yes,
I
agree with Mirjana.
All right, very good. So we came to an agreement on this one. Very good.
Nice discussion. I like it. And Teacher Nevin, you really ask good questions.
Oh, thank you. I was trained by the best. Okay. Um, excuse me. Milica,
Yes.
do you have something to add, or
Mm.
do you agree with everything
Yes,
Mirjana
I agree with everything that said Mirjana and Jelena, and
and Jelena said?
Mirjana and Jelena said, and I think that it's all because I have a friend, not the best friend, but
Mhm.
good friend, my ex-colleague, that I now in first, how to say, Mirjana, when we start
At
to
first, when we started to hang out,
yes, we have some physical uh,
limitations.
meet or we see each
Uh-huh.
other in life, but
Okay.
now almost we talk on the phone and we talk on hours once per week sometimes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay because she didn't live in Čačak, she's from Niš, and
Mm-hmm.
we can't to see very often.
We can't see each other very often.
Exactly.
All right. Very good.
Melita, it would be helpful if you would repeat when teacher Nevin corrects you.
We can't see
Each
each
other.
other very often.
Very good.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay. This is a very nice discussion on better knowing a person.
Yes.
Now, I've been asking a lot of questions up until now. Does anybody have a question for me? From this list or any question that you come up with?
Yeah, let me see. Yes, I have a question. What is the most important characteristic in a friend, in your opinion? Should he be punctual, or maybe, trustworthy, or maybe ambitious, or maybe, I don't know, well-traveled?
Well, number one, number two, and number three, trustworthy.
Hmm.
Because I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I had some issues with that in the past with some of my friends. Friends,
I think we all have.
yes.
Yes.
And right now, the only person that I can call a true best friend is the person who I can trust with, well, not exactly my life, but someone who I can generally trust, someone who I can confide into, someone who I can count on whenever I encounter a problem, and vice versa. So I try to return that trust as well. As for punctuality, well, I'm used to people getting late, so that that is not much of a issue, so to
Oh,
say.
it's a big issue for me.
I know that. I mean, I am punctual by nature,
Hmm.
but I don't mind if people are late. If they're not late by a long time.
Hmm.
So 15 minutes academically, that's okay. Half an hour, okay. There's been a traffic jam. 1 hour, well, you should have gone 1 hour early. That's where I draw the line. Okay. That was a very interesting question, Yelena. And I'm
Thank
going
you.
to ask you the same question.
Oh, okay. Well, for me as well, trustworthiness is really important. I need to know when I say something to my best friend that it's going to stay between us.
Hmm.
Um, for example, if I express my feelings, I don't need the whole world to know about that. A punctuality is extremely important for me. If somebody is 5 or 10 minutes late, I don't wait for them. I just turn around and go. And this is something that I learned because my previous best friend was always late, a half an hour, 45 minutes, and I waited and waited, and I learned my lesson, and now I don't wait for anybody anymore.
Okay.
When it comes to the other characteristics, I need this person to be intelligent. I cannot talk and talk and talk to somebody who doesn't know how to listen. So intelligence is really important to me.
Okay. When you said intelligence, I thought about a person being academically intelligent.
Not necessarily. I can talk with people who haven't finished high school or, even who haven't gone to school, but they have it up here, and that's okay. I can talk to them about different kinds of things. But when a person doesn't understand concepts and cannot hold a normal conversation, then I cannot speak with that kind of a person as a friend.
Okay. Very good. Now moving on to Miriam.
Okay.
Both of our students' names start with M, so I still hadn't decided who to pick. But in the end, I picked Mirjana.
First of all, you.
The same question.
The same question. So, what are the most important characteristics
Uh-huh.
you would like to find in a best friend?
I think yes, everything you say said it's okay, but also it's important to have sense of humor.
A sense of humor. Okay, I like where this is going.
For me, it's very good.
Hello, Mirjana. We lost you there for a second. Can you please repeat? What did you just say?
And, hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Mirjana's internet is going a little bit weak. Mirjana, can you go closer to the Wi-Fi source?
I hear you.
It's better now. Can you hear us?
Yes.
All right. You were starting to cut off a little bit, but I can hear you clearly now.
Yes.
You said one of the more important characteristics for you is also a sense of humor.
Yes. Not the most important, but is good. Is good.
It's good to have. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Milica, do you agree with all the things we
Yes.
just said?
To
Okay.
have to believe in someone. I think that can be important.
Believe or trust someone?
Maybe trust is better.
Okay, because believing in someone means that we think that someone is going to succeed in something or that they are great in a way. But trusting someone means that we can tell them everything that we can and that they won't tell everyone else what we just told them. So
Okay.
even though both of those words translate the same in Serbian, they do have different meanings. To believe in someone, verovati u nekog.
Okay.
To trust someone means verovati nekome.
I think both are important when it comes to friends.
That is true, but I think Milica was maybe thinking about trust.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, while we're speaking with Milica, do you have a question that you would like to ask? For example, you can ask Mirjana something. Let me.
Oh, so many questions.
Or if you want me to scroll back up a little bit.
What question we didn't about what we didn't talk?
So many.
Maybe what is your best friend like? do you like the same things or no?
As your best friend, okay?
As your best friend.
My best friend and I like similar things. Like to read books, like to walk, ride bicycle, we have family, children. We have children, both of us, and we have similar topics for talking. And but maybe it's certainly it is something that is different for me and for her. But I don't know now what is that. I don't know.
Okay, very good. One thing, Mirjana, when you list all the things that you like doing with your best friend, you can say something like this. We like to, for example, walk together, have coffee, go dancing. So you can only use like at the beginning of your list, so to say. So there's no need to say like before every activity you do. Well, not word, activity more like.
Okay.
All right, very
Thank
good.
you.
And Mirjana, you can ask a question to Jelena.
Jelena, can you be friends with your students?
Well, yes, actually. It depends on, of course, on if. That's a difficult question.
I know.
Okay, for now, let's lift the student-teacher relationship barrier.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and in that case, if you meet an old student that you've taught before and he or she graduated, would it be okay for you to be friends then?
I suppose, yes. And I also have some instances of becoming friends with my students. Of course, they are adults. I mostly teach adults. And then the barrier, as you said, doesn't really exist so much. For example, one of my first students, when I started teaching privately, when I started forming this school, was a person who needed me because she has a child with a disability and she needed to learn English fast to prepare for a conference in Italy. Back then, she didn't know a word of English. And I worked with her and her husband every single day for 2 hours until we got them ready to understand the conference and to understand what the doctors are saying so that they can help their child. In that process, we bonded a lot and we became, well, almost best friends. I invited her to my wedding. So, yeah, it's definitely possible.
Well, that's a very beautiful story that you share with us, Jelena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very
I,
interesting.
I hope their child is okay now.
Oh, well, not really. I mean, it's getting better and better, but it can get better, but not completely okay.
Well, any progress in the right direction is good progress.
I agree completely.
Okay.
It's a beautiful child.
All right. Well, I can say with utmost certainty that today's lesson, well, conversational lesson, was a very nice one.
I agree.
Yes.
It was a very nice topic. We talked about interesting things regarding friends and friendship, and we learned a lot about our points of view, and at one point we even discussed certain topics. And I have to say that all of you did a wonderful job in
Yay.
our
Thank you.
lesson. Yes, very good.
Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope everyone enjoyed. Mirjana, Milica.
Yes.
Yes.
You enjoyed? I'm really
Yeah.
happy to hear that. And hopefully, I will see you all on our next conversational lesson.
Oh, you would like to share that one too? Yay! I
Why
like
not?
being a student.
Well, the next one we can play a little bit. At one point, you will be the teacher and I'll be the student, and on another point, I will be the teacher and you will be the student.
Mirjana, Milica, what do you think about that?
It's okay.
Yes, it's good to combine maybe.
I'm good to combine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Very
really
good.
hard for me to keep quiet when somebody makes a mistake, but you do such a great job correcting, so I don't have to torture myself for long.
All right. Just pinch yourself under the camera every time.
I do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I hope we all enjoyed. Our lesson is officially over, and our next lesson will be when, Teacher
In
Yelena?
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
Hope I will see you in this environment in 2 weeks, and some of you possibly I will see next week.
Me.
See you next time. Me.
All right.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
great one. Bye bye.